Oh my God, it's me, Jeffrey, and here we are again with how we ended up this way. Here we go, yay! Oh my God, I don't know where the damn button is. Oh. This is so abrupt.
I'm so ready to like drop it down low, right, and then it stops.
Pick it up slow, roll it all around. Oh my goodness, kids! I'm telling you. So it's me, Jeffrey Evan. I'm here. Hi, guys.
Back on week what?
Week 7. Week 7. It's another week 7. Alongside of me, well, I got 2 bitches below me tonight. Hey. Alongside of me, though, I got Miss Kelly. How you doing, Cal?
Hello, everybody.
And it's the return of Dana. How you doing, Dana? How was Budapest?
I did the things.
Oh, I can't wait to find out about this in a minute. And then we got Miss Kristen. You're back, girl. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm Peachy King, girl. Peachy King. And then we got Mr. BC Brian. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, kids. It's been crazy. I did the whole public thing this weekend.
You publicked?
I did. I went in public, like a whole lot of public. I went to a Comic-Con and took the children.
That's not just public. That's like crazy public, Jeffrey.
Yeah, not only did I go to a Comic-Con, afterwards we went to the Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Did you cosplay them?
We just went balls to the wall with it. No. Karen Ashley was in town with Catherine Sutherland, so I went and met the girls, and I got to meet a new friend, Judith. I'm not even going to try. How charge? I'm not sure. She played April O'Neil in the original Ninja Turtles, so got to meet her. Gave her some of my homemade hand sanitizer. She was impressed. She liked how it smelled. I was like, it's oil, sister. Yeah, and then the girls and I, on Sunday, I went back without the kids, and we took in dinner and a movie. We went and saw The Batman. Ooh. I'm glad I did not take the kids, which was my initial plan on Saturday, because it would have scared the living hell out of Gabriel. A little dark.
So it's not a kids movie?
Not really, no. Not your kid-friendly Batman. Nope. And it's 3 hours long. It's a long one. I was like, are we watching the Titanic? Is it over? Are we done? Like, what's going on here?
But back up to taking 3 kids to
the Comic-Con?
Yeah, what the heck is that like?
Well, I mean, it's always kind of trippy for me, right? Because everybody's in all these costumes and things. And
what was your costume?
Fat gay man.
Okay, all right. Mm-hmm. You wear it well. All right.
Yeah, I sure do. And the kids though they're like, oh, look at this one, all dressed up, and I'm like, it's the one time they can point and stare, and people like it, you know. So I just let them have at it. I was like, yeah, go ahead, point at them, okay?
They're here to be cool. Weird.
yeah. And then there was like Ninja Turtles, like that looked like the costumes from the 1990 movie. So they thought that was wicked cool. There was a bunch of Star Wars characters.
That is cool.
Yeah, and then they get up to Karen's table and they're like all just tripping balls. Yeah, they're like, and then she's like, okay, what would you guys like? And Gabe was like the kid in the orphanage going for the last piece of bread. I've never seen it. He was like, and she had power coins. Is it out here? It's not. Power coins on the thing. And they're expensive. They're like $60 a pop. This kid had it gone. I was like, Gabe, you don't snatch things off someone's table like this. She was talking like, you want an autographed picture, $20. No. He wanted the power coin. I was like, oh, dear God. So, of course, then they all want the power coins. So I'm pulling out my credit card, and she did not. Good friends, she gave the kids all power coins. So it was very, very nice. Yeah, so good friends. Yeah. So yeah, it was great though. And then they got to, hang out with Catherine. They got to see the Pink Ranger. So they were just all sorts of like insane. And then they got to go in the green room with them before they did their panel, and we had lunch with them. And then they weren't even like realizing that the guy like sitting at the table in the green room behind us was like Lex Luthor from Smallville.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then the two dudes that came in to have lunch after were the two like trouble kids from Hocus Pocus, because the zombie guy was there, and they love Hocus Pocus.
Was Tom Welling there?
Who's that?
He was Superman in
No,
Smallville.
it was just that David Rossbaum or Michael Rossbaum.
Michael Rossbaum.
Yeah, him. He was there. I didn't watch the show. I don't know.
He's kind of. Is he still bald?
No, he had hair.
Oh,
very nice man.
I wonder what he looks like. I'm gonna have to look him up.
Yeah, he was nice. Everybody was nice, and then some lady from the office was there. Everybody was nice. The kids had a blast. They got to meet everybody, and then we went and sat in on their little panel that they did and talked to everybody. So it was a good time, and it was great to catch up with them. And then Karen's having a convention in Atlanta, Ranger Stop and Pop. So if you're into that thing near Atlanta, go check it out. I think I'm gonna ditch the kids for the week, and I'm gonna go help and host some panels or something.
I don't think your kids will ever have an idea of a normal weekend after that. Like just a chill, like when you raise the bar that high. So holy cow.
Oh yeah, well that's all they talked about to everybody else. They're like, Daddy took us to go meet his friends, the Power Rangers. I'm like, oh, what did I do?
Look what you did. Hey, look, shout out to Dave because he wasn't even tripped up by daylight savings time. Way to go, Dave. Thanks for joining us this week.
Dave is in New Zealand.
Okay.
Oh, where they filmed the Power Rangers. Mm-hmm.
It's 2 p.m. over there.
I was like, it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, Cal, what about you? How was your week? What was going on? What'd you do this weekend?
That's a really great question. Well, I'm still kind of in the post-COVID brain fog where time doesn't really make sense to me quite yet. So,
we did the bee crime scene.
We did do Dana helped me with a sad thing. So our bees didn't make it through the winter. Yeah, they didn't. I mean that happened in a lot of places where the bees were just it was so warm in the early winter and late fall that they went through a lot of their food stores, and then the temperature changes. So anyway, the bonus for us was though we got to harvest honey early. So Dana helped me with that. So we harvested a bunch of honey and spun it out, and the kids were interested for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, once they couldn't really eat anymore, they lost interest.
So we did do some of that.
How many jars of honey did you get?
We haven't poured it into jars yet, so that'll be.
Or are you still spinning it?
It's done spinning.
Did you get a lot?
Decent amount. Yeah.
I'll be coming to snatch some of that.
I know, it's good. We've been missing it, so
I have not gotten any.
It's so good. It really, really is. Yeah. Dana filled me in on his trip a little bit, and I don't know. It's just been really crazy. I've been trying to get on the treadmill every day, trying to make that a priority. I'm trying. I know. Look at you making a face at me.
No, I'm making a face at MLM. You spelled pyramid scheme wrong.
That's a legitimate face.
I was like, that's true.
Should be made.
What?
So fresh. The
I'm
person's on YouTube, their little logo. They commented. They said, "Hey y'all, you got this."
Yeah. So anyway, and then driving home from school today with Branson, he asked me why ghosts would attack people if they used to be humans, or why they would attack humans if they used to be humans. So we had a solid conversation around that on the way home.
Yeah.
Very introspective. But that was a total flip, because the first thing he said this morning when we got in the car on the way to school was he really wasn't liking how things were going, and he thought he wanted to do life over. So
and he's how old?
7.
I will say that kids are much closer to the spirit world.
Oh yeah.
Than we are.
Yes.
As adults.
Yes, they are. Anna always has been, but that's for a whole other show.
As have I.
Yes.
So
yeah.
He may also be going through that.
Yes.
He's a little young though to want a do-over. Like that wasn't even my realm of the world.
Well, I don't think he means it like that.
I do at least one a day. I mean,
we're not talking about masturbation.
No, a do-over.
Oh. God.
God.
Don't disturb me when I'm cleaning my room.
I stopped doing that.
What? Now I don't even know which conversation we're having.
Me either. We're still on do-overs. Let's go back there.
Do-overs. Still don't know what we're talking about. Just kidding.
Oh,
Shout out to Jaina.
You guys.
hi, Dana.
Oh, Jaina Miller.
See, I'm getting good at the clickies there, Jeffrey. Aren't you proud of me?
Yes, I am. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good job.
Good job.
Good job.
So Dana, when did you get returned to stateside?
I got back around noon on Wednesday. So this past Wednesday, well, when this airs, it'll be. No, we are. Are we live?
We are live.
We're live. So yeah. I
Little
got
insight
back.
into Dana's trip.
I got back on the 16th.
Ta-da.
This past Wednesday of March. Yeah,
Now it's.
nothing matters anymore.
Nothing matters.
Are you gonna break into song?
Really?
So long
matter.
and thanks for all the fish. No, yeah, no
This is gonna
hitchhikers.
be. Oh,
Jeffrey, you
Really?
want to take over? You want
This
to
is-
steer the ship back? No.
Brian,
How you
you're
doing,
up.
man?
I'm good.
Hey, Brian.
I mean, where do you go from there?
I don't even know where we are right now. What?
Well, my weekend was kind of boring. I don't know. We had shots on Friday, so the
Like
baby.
COVID shots?
No. Like the baby's
Oh.
had his like,
Oh, baby shots.
yeah,
Oh, right. I forgot you're in that.
that cycle. So
Yeah.
Were they
he didn't
So-
really. I just take it easy. I always like if he has it on a Friday, I always take it easy for like the weekend.
Was he
Just
like
cause-
real excited? Was he like, let's go do shots?
Well, no, he's always happy and giggly until they stick the needle in, and then he always gives a look like, "What are you doing?"
Why?
And then he bursts into tears every
Yeah.
single time.
As one does.
Yeah. Fair. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a strange rest of the hour. It really is.
I'm having a hard time knowing if I'm in a waking state or not. So.
You are.
I don't know what they did to you in Budapest, but I'm a little bit concerned.
Budapest.
Might have been the water in Yemen.
Wrong hemisphere, but
Yeah.
close.
This all blends together. So, girlfriend, what about you, huh, Krista? What'd you do?
I did absolutely nothing this weekend, and it was glorious.
It does sound wonderful.
That
That's
does
a nice
sound great.
weekend.
Literally not. Like Craig and I sat here and listened to music, and it brought me back to the '90s,
Oh,
and it was just glorious.
You were like,
Wow.
back streets back. All right.
I don't think she was.
Probably earlier
I'm a little
90s.
bit older than that.
I was like earlier. That was like 98, girl.
I'm a little bit older than that.
Look, it was the first thing that came to my head. Leave me alone.
That's
I was
amazing.
more like, grunge and back.
Mm.
And Craig is a big Hootie and the Blowfish fan. So,
Oh,
I do like
All
me
right.
some Hootie.
and
Who
then
would have known he'd turn into a country music sensation?
I just learned
That
that
was an
recently.
unexpected- Brian, what do you mean you just learned that recently?
I didn't know that Darius Rucker and Hootie was the same person.
What rock have you been under?
The Hootie Rock.
Honey, he
No.
wasn't under a rock.
It's
Honey,
not
it
rock.
was
No, I
lean,
was.
And it's a
Country.
plant. And if you just so happen to light it on fire, there are some effects that Brian suffers from. And he just misses some important details.
I don't know. They look similar.
So, what other good music did you have on the ones and twos?
oh my goodness, there was some Pearl Jam. There was some Hamilton in there. It was, I don't know.
Hamilton.
It was
That's a
all.
jump.
It was a big mixture,
Hamilton. Like the
Yeah.
musical?
like the musical Hamilton.
Oh, no.
That's
Yeah,
not the 90s.
No.
Well, I know it skipped around. He was the DJ. I
Are
was
you
just,
another gay man
Correct.
trapped in a lady body?
yes.
Yes.
You heard it here, folks.
The only
You heard it.
musical I can get down with is like Grease and Grease 2. That's it.
What? See,
Grease too.
we grew up outside of Buffalo where we were going to Toronto all the time to see shows. Like I saw Donny Osmond and Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat like 8 times.
No,
Yeah.
no, no.
I also thought Marie was his wife. No,
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
See, that kid, he's too many bong rips. That's how he ended up this way. Here we are. I answered the question of the show.
There you go.
Ta-da.
You're welcome.
I won't deny or accept it. Or accept it.
The expression goes confirm or deny.
There you go.
There it is.
Oh, Lord.
Just let it wash over you.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, the musicals, man. I had to break up with a dude because he was the weirdo, man. I got in his car and I went through his CD list, and that's all that was in there was Broadway shows. And I was like, this isn't gonna work.
So do we need to take your card away?
Was that in Auburn?
It was that one dude that gave me that match lighter that said, with the card, and it said, "This lighter's for the flame you've instilled in my heart." And then he said, "I love you," and I was like,
"Oh, I don't remember."
You?
Uh-oh.
No.
And you're just like, I just wanted to go to Red Lobster.
No, I just his parents had money.
I love Dave's comment here. Perfect.
That's amazing.
Yes. Perfect. Fits right in with ours.
It's okay. I'm a gay man trapped in a gay
goodness.
body. It's okay. Yeah, Dave, I'm a gay man trapped in a fat body. It's a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's traumatic. And a poor man's body. I was supposed to be a gay man trapped in a nice body with a rich bank account. Here we are. Who
But
knew?
you had to go 3 seconds earlier, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, life is hard. I know.
So difficult. You don't understand, Dana. Because you went to Budapest and like had orgies around a fire. You don't know.
No, I didn't. No.
No, those things did not happen.
None of that happened.
You didn't even go to Budapest. If people can't figure that out, then
I don't. It's not a sexual thing. I don't think.
No.
It's not.
Well, I don't understand the point.
Well, not everything's sexual.
You have to get.
What is the fun in that?
It's like you just dig up. I went to Ecuador and did all sorts of medicine man journeys, and then you dig up all your childhood drama, and then it plays out for you over and over and over again while you're like exhausted, and you have to face all your demons, and then you come back and you're like, gotta go to work.
You do realize you joined a podcast with your friends that's called How We Ended Up This Way, which is exactly why we started the show, was to deal with our childhood past trauma, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Just
like this
wanted to check.
except less funny and hotter and scary.
And not good hotter, not like sexy hotter.
See,
like,
Dave understands. See, he understands.
Well,
Mhm.
He gets it.
Oh, see, I like Kristen's friends. They understand this
See?
situation.
roses are red.
What's the point of going to Budapest and surround yourself by a fire and do all the medicinal medications if you're not going to have an orgy? I don't get it.
Not
Yo,
when
Ryan.
everybody's throwing up and like, no.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Mm-mm.
I'm not into that. I don't want to meet the person who is.
I don't care how
No, this-
amorous you are when the plane lands. Once everything gets going, nobody's digestive tract is in any kind of state to do anything attractive in any way
Well,
at all.
I almost wish we hadn't done the show on the hotels, because Dana, you have some new additions to your hotel stories, don't you?
Yeah. For
I
real.
have been to places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What color was the water in one of those hotels?
Well, sometimes it was clear. Other times it wasn't there. And other times it was brown and flying at you. And any of them, you have 90 seconds of warm water to get your business done, or it's just cold, if there's any. You're just you got a military shower in a lot of places in Ecuador. You got to really hustle.
And
One of the
sometimes
first things I did when I got back was take like a 45-minute warm shower. I was just like, I have heat.
And sometimes that 90 seconds overlaps with the brown water, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you chose this
What?
on purpose. Like somebody didn't like blackmail you into this.
Yeah, no. Well, my therapist was running the whole show, so like she's doing it too, and she's in her 70s, so I'm like, I can do this.
Wait, your therapist was there?
Yeah,
She's 70 something.
yeah.
So you're having an affair with your therapist?
Nope.
No,
She's just great.
Yeah.
she's just badass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She really is.
Sure. Okay.
I got her to punch me at one point. I was out walking around on the street, like we were kind of like sightseeing, and she was standing in front of a shop and looking at some dresses. So me being funny, I ran up next to her and I grabbed her purse and I'm like, "Give me this, lady!" she turned right around and punched me in the stomach, and she's like, "Oh my God, did I hurt you?" And I'm like, "No." But that was fantastic. Like her gut reaction was to just turn and punch. It was lovely.
As you do.
Fend for herself.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh Lord.
She can fend
Okay.
for herself.
All right, kids. Well, let's check in, shall we? All right, Cal, where have you been this week?
I don't remember. Where's the one for memory loss?
Oh dear. Oh, I still got
9?
Ish? 9-ish?
I'm thinking probably a 9. Oh, and I slept a lot. It's the post-COVID thing. So 6 and 9. But I'm not unhappy about any of it.
6 and 9, huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
I hear you, Jeffrey.
Okay. Good for you. I'm glad somebody does.
I gotcha.
Good number, girl. Good number.
Jeffrey, are you blow me?
I sure am.
Damn it. Now I get how this happens to you, where it's like 3 weeks later and you're like, oh my gosh, I got it.
Yeah. See? Yeah, because
Yeah.
usually, I'm running on a 10-second delay, man. Okay, Dana, let's check in with you after your trip to Budapest and no orgies in your brown water. Where
It
you
was
at?
Ecuador.
Whatever.
I'm at a 9, and I probably will be foreseeably. I'm gonna just leave it there. That's just my resting state now is a 9.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I imagine Budapest would do that to a bitch. And Kristen, what about you?
You know what? I'm at a 1 right now. And right now with you guys at an 11 because, there was a Wookiee before we even started this.
Oh,
Oh my God. Okay, as soon as we get done with this, Kristen, you can tell everybody what
Explain
that.
that.
Oh my! I can't even
So I'm a
handle-
1 and an 11.
Okay, I think somebody said this is actually Janet or Jana. I'm
Jana.
not sure.
Janet.
Okay, so she's at a 6 and a 9. So, all right, girl. Well,
No, I
thanks
think
for
she was
checking-
laughing at me.
Checking in.
She's laughing with you.
Oh, she said a woolly. No, girl.
No,
a
a
Wookie.
Wookiee.
Wookie. BC, where are you at?
He disappeared.
I'm doing like a 1. And there's been some 10s,
You're
when I
doing
go
a
out in
1.
public.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I always look like 10 when I'm out in public.
me too.
maybe
I got
some
that eyebrow.
7s in public.
So,
That's at the state fair. No, just kidding.
Jeffrey, we did it again. We forgot that we have listeners.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of us who are just listening and not watching, right now we're checking in and we're asking what's your emoji. So we go through a range of 1 to 11, right? So 1 is like, yay, happy, everything's good. 2 sad. 3 is like really angry. 4 is now crying. 5 is frightened. 6 is sleepy. 7 is pukey. 8 is swearing a lot. 9 is mind blown. 10 is contemplative. And 11 is funny. Did I get those right?
Yes, and hashtag what's your emoji, which if you go onto any of our social media, you can find our little thing and you can actually get it on some merch if you go over to uncensoredradio.shop. You can even get it on your coasters and you could just, give it to people because they're like $1.99. I'm just saying, show some love. We got light bills to pay. Okay, so Brian, you were at a what?
1 and 11.
No,
okay.
10.
No,
10.
1 and a 10.
1,
1
10.
out of
yeah.
10.
How about you, Jeffrey?
I'm just one. I'm at a 1. I'm pretty happy.
Everybody's
Life is
happy.
good. Yeah, I mean,
Everybody's happy.
yeah. I mean, I got nothing to complain about. I'm
Why is
signing
everybody
people
all
up.
happy?
Yeah, because they're
Why
joining my
around all these
wellness
happy
company on my
people?
wellness journey. I'm getting people to sign up with products made in America that are non-toxic. I'm very excited about things coming. The shows are doing well. We have a new show launching on Wednesday nights in the next couple of weeks. Very good times. Very good times. Very excited about these things.
Fabulous.
So Dave's doing a good job of keeping up with our emojis as well. Thank you,
Love
Dave.
it.
And so is Jana. Yes.
Oh,
You
I
guys
love-
are on it.
Yes,
Yes.
I love it when
Everybody
they
got
check.
feelings.
I
Everybody
think,
got
I
feelings.
think they're more on it than we are this week. We're all just kind of like, ooh. So, yeah, Kristen, what were you talking about there?
No.
Yes.
This is the first week Dana's met me because Dana was away when I started
In Budapest.
in Budapest / Ecuador
It's
Yeah, man.
orgies.
doing the stuff. And
No.
Dana didn't realize that my husband has ALS.
Nope. And I didn't realize that the sound came from you at all, or
You thought it was
that
my
was you talking. I thought it was Kelly.
Didn't know where the sound was coming from. And my husband is playing poker on the computer and said straight flush, but it sounded like a Wookiee making noise.
It really did.
Noise. And it did sound. To be fair, it did. So Dana thinks he's going to hell, but really
And
he's
no, but then Kelly. I thought Kelly was like, "Oh, that's my husband," because I was looking at my other monitor, and I thought it was Kelly, and I'm like, "Oh, what's Andy doing? Brushing his teeth?" And then I made a Wookiee sound, and it just got worse. It
It
got
was-
worse.
fantastic.
You just kept digging.
Yeah, you just kept going with
Nice.
it.
And yeah.
Listen, Dana, when you start digging, you just gotta dig harder. You know
But
what I'm
nobody
saying?
does it better than Dana.
Yeah.
But you have to understand, though, that Craig and I, one of our mottos is you have to find a reason to laugh every day. And that is how he's gone through almost 14 years of this disease, because he finds a reason to laugh every day.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you've just given us a reason to laugh.
Yes.
So you
So
can't,
Yay.
So good job, Dana.
you're not going to hell. Because that's life.
Sorry.
I mean,
Because if you're going to hell, trust me, I am way going there faster than you
at
are.
least I'll have good company.
I will so be with you, as will Craig.
I'll save everybody a seat.
So I have a quick question before we jump into the book. What are the
Mhm.
the absolute word? We're gonna jump into pet peeves. Do we have the thing for that,
Oh,
or did we lose the
schmuck.
thing for that?
No, I got the thing. I
You
just
have the
gotta
thing?
remember the buttons to press.
I don't know where the buttons
Okay,
Ooh.
there's the coasters. There's the coasters.
I have a peeve.
Oh, it's a
Hey,
video.
hold on.
It's a video.
Gotta do
Oh,
the
here
video.
it is.
Here
Okay,
it is.
ready?
are. And here I thought I knew you. Potentially relationship ending preferences and pet peeves.
Boom.
You almost
Boom.
got it all in there. Good job.
I know. It was like, and deep breath at the end.
Yeah.
I need to work on my breath control. Okay, so I was scrolling through a list of pet peeves, and this one literally gave me like a physical reaction.
Mm.
The sound of styrofoam scraping against styrofoam.
Really?
Ooh, like to me, it's like, ooh. So I like that, like got me. Like I could feel that in my teeth. What's something similar for you that causes that reaction? Because for me, it's like, that scrapey sound when styrofoam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ooh, I can't. Are you unfazed by that, Jeffrey?
Styrofoam scraping styrofoam?
Yeah, or like when it snaps, that squeaky sound.
I'm okay with the sounds,
It
Oh,
doesn't really bother me.
but
I don't.
I can't.
glossy magazine pages on your dry fingernails. Oh,
Really?
oh yeah.
No, I can't listen to people chew.
Oh, girl,
Oh
I'm with you.
no.
I'm with you.
Mm-mm.
No, I can't. And
With
people
ya.
chewing their gum, like, I
Oh,
will make you take that gum out of your mouth so fast.
You gotta
I will
listen
make
to like a mukbang video.
I will make you spit your gum out. I
Eh.
will so fast.
any noise that's out of place
He just
will
hates
make-
people.
will drive me bananas. So if
Me
I'm
too.
laying in bed and like a ceiling fan starts making a noise it's not supposed to, a box fan, or if I get in the car, like you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, anything that's just out of
yeah.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
one time, do you remember? This might have been before you were around, Kelly. So my ex-husband comes around the corner. Dana, you changed the brakes. Do you remember this? You changed
Oh,
the
yeah.
brakes on his car.
Yeah, I was
He
out in
comes
the yard
around-
banging on the freaking
He
rotors
comes
with a
around the
sledgehammer.
corner, and all of a sudden, I don't even see him, and I just hear metal on metal grinding, and I'm like, "Holy shit, what is that?" And here he comes around the corner, and you can see smoke. I'm like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "Dude, did you? Is there any brake pads on their car? What's going on? Like, you didn't think you needed to tell somebody? Get that fixed? There wasn't
Dude,
nothing left. Nothing."
That was a journey. That really took some effort to get
Yeah.
those brakes off of there.
And I
They
just
were
like,
welded together.
yeah,
It was
like,
something. It
and
really
it just
was.
blew my mind because if I get in the car and there's like a rattle, something, like I can't, like I have to stop the car, get out of the car, and I have to go around the damn vehicle until I figure out what the new noise is.
Yes, if something's rattling, like if there's like a water bottle or
Oh,
piece
no.
change somewhere sliding around, or, no.
That's divorce. Slurping the coffee. My kid, he was slurping the cereal. I said, "Do you want to eat cereal?" We don't slurp the cereal, okay, Vito? My father,
Vito.
he used to slurp the cereal, or when he'd finish the soup in the bowl, he would.
See, and same thing. You know, Dave has an issue
can't.
with the
Oh, the
silverware
biting
hitting
the
his teeth.
forks.
I
Yeah, I
can't
don't
finish
like.
Yes.
the
Yeah,
No,
nope.
that
And-
one's rough. But
Mm-mm.
And
Dakota, go ahead,
touch
Kristen.
food off my plate either. Do not
Is it?
like touch food off my plate. Like I will. Don't touch it.
Ooh.
Oh, that just.
I don't want your germy hands on my plate.
Oh, that was in Ecuador.
I mean, if I'm putting your body parts in my mouth, I don't care if you touch my food.
There-
Are your party parts going in my mouth though?
Well, not yours in particular, but I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe.
We're taking another turn here.
Guys. Where's Dave? Dave needs to be like, everything's sexual.
Dave is right though. The cure all to car noises is just turning the radio up, put the music up
No.
louder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
There have been times when I've had to do
No.
that because I'm not in a position, like if I'm in a snowstorm or I can't pull over, there's something going on.
Yeah, that's not safe.
yeah. Well,
I gotta turn this. I can't have the radio up if I've got to, like, in a snowstorm. I gotta have the sound.
that's because you
off.
can't. Yeah, you can't see and hear at the same
I
time.
see,
No.
I was gonna say I see worse if the radio's too loud.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You
You
got to turn
can-
the radio down
you
so you can
can-
see better.
If the radio's too loud, for some reason, it makes you unable to navigate your car. Like you can't
Yeah.
see or drive or remember where you're going because the radio needs to be quieter.
Yeah.
You to-
It's
you to be able
fine.
to do it.
It's fine on a great sunny day with the
Yeah.
moonroof open and the windows down and you're blaring the radio.
You don't know
Great.
how you got from point A to point B.
Right.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work with fear and anxiety.
No.
It
No.
works
No.
well with, dopamine and happy feelings and all the endorphins. Does not work well when you are frightened.
But Jeffrey, I'm with you. Like if there's some sound out of place in my house, I have to
Yeah.
go find it. To like
Yeah, like if the dryer or washer, the dishwasher, something is just, if something's in the dishwasher making a noise, I have to stop it. I can't. I go bonkers. Like I can't. If the fan's making something rattle, it just can't happen. I can't handle it. I can't have it. It's just gotta stop.
You ever
I-
have it where there's like a penny somewhere in your car?
Yes.
And like you turn the bass up a little bit and you hear it going
Yeah, no,
inside
no.
there and you're like, where's
Oh,
the penny?
I've had to turn the bass off.
Like, you know it's a
because
penny.
You can't
You know.
do anything. Yeah. Nope.
and I
No.
can't have too many different sounds at once.
Mhm.
If there's too many
No.
different sounds at once, it's
I feel like maybe that's something that happens as you get older because I don't know how I could do daycare when I was younger, like in a daycare center in a classroom with all the noise and it didn't faze me. And now I could never do anything like that anymore. I can't handle a lot of noise. I get very overwhelmed easily.
Oh, Dave, we need to give Dave a little heads up here. Dave.
No,
I
I've
don't know.
done that. I've
Click
done
on
that, Dave. I've definitely done
Yeah.
that.
I can't click on Dave. Somebody click on Dave.
Oh,
I mean, we've all been there.
I've definitely done that.
Yeah, that's normal.
okay. He
That's like a
said,
once a weeker.
he said, if none of you listen to Metallica full board while driving erratically cursing your partner, no, just me. Wasn't Metallica, but yes.
And drinking a cup of coffee at the same time.
Oh, okay. Here's another good one.
Oh yeah,
A smell in the
The
house,
smell,
like the smell of
same
something
thing.
burning,
Yes.
smell of plastic.
and it's not
melting.
even like you can
Yeah.
find it, but like if you can find it and you still don't know what it is, it's more important that you just figure out what the hell is that smell? What
Yeah.
is it? Like you'd be like, it's coming from over here. It's something here. It's not a mouse. What is that? You don't know.
Yeah, I
But
had
then
a horrible.
when nobody in your house agrees with you, and you go
No.
around asking everybody, and they're like, "What are you talking about?
Yeah,
It's
either
a
they
How,
don't
horrible-
smell
how
it.
can you not smell that? How can you not hear that? What's wrong with you?"
Mhm.
Rotten potatoes are a real bad find.
They call that
No.
Oh, word.
Oh, one time in my whole adult life. And let me tell you what, it's never happened again.
potatoes will gaslight you.
Oh, they sure did.
They
Well,
will.
it killed that whole family. What Minnesota or whatever it was. It killed, took the whole. They had like a potato farm or whatever. They had them in the basement. Took the whole family out. It could be
Whoa.
poisonous.
A potato?
Yeah. Well, it was a bunch of them in the basement. You know what I mean? They were
That'd be a
storing
lot
them.
of
Hey,
fucking potatoes.
Do you
Yeah,
guys
it-
remember a
took the
cartoon
whole
from the
thing.
90s called Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
Yeah, yeah.
I loved
Or was
that
that-
movie.
No, it was so good. That doesn't have anything to do with potatoes, but they sound similar.
What do they do? Release like a gas or something?
Yes, yeah, as they
Yes.
rot if they're not
Potatoes
stored
are-
properly. Yeah, yeah, took a whole family out.
Oh.
Yeah, you
That's
would be
not-
careful of your potatoes. And I just got containers to grow my own. I'm excited.
Potainer.
A potainer.
Containers.
Supposedly,
You did not.
Oh my gosh.
Supposed.
Irregardless,
No.
regular. Maybe you can come over for breakfast and I'll make some potatoes.
Specifically,
how about some bagels?
Yeah, make some bagels. We
Some
can have
bagels.
a tomato.
Bagels.
and then we'll drink some milk.
Oh no,
Oh.
milk. That-
Milk.
That's almost
Why
as
would
bad as
someone say
styrofoam.
milk?
Candy does.
Oh, milk.
Oh,
Milk?
it's the
Our
worst.
good friend
Yes,
Candy, she says
like
milk.
there's an E in it.
Yeah.
Like MAELK.
That's
Yeah.
like a Western New York thing.
Milk.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kristen
No.
Joyelle used to say milk.
I know.
I was like, why are you saying that? She's like, what?
Hmm.
It's a bad one.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. No.
It's an odd thing.
So you know what? We're 38 minutes in, and we should probably consider talking about the book.
All right.
What do you think?
Dana, you're
What book?
Atomic Habits by James Clear.
Which I've read.
It would have been great if I was on the ball and had the picture pop up as you said that, but
What book?
here we are.
The one that I read.
Oh, what book was that, Jana?
The Atomic Habits by James Clear. An easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. Tiny changes, remarkable results. I mean, that's really what I took from the book.
Yeah, Dana, why don't you give us your
Yeah.
review?
Mm-hmm.
It was good. It started out with an introduction and then moved into several chapters of words and sentences, which covered a variety of topics, which generally have to do with things that we do repetitively, which build habits. And then it teaches us helpful hacks and little tricks that you can use to insert healthy habits in with your non-healthy ones. And then you can slowly move towards building good schedules and building positive habits off of your already existing crappy ones.
Dana, you didn't read the book, did you?
No,
But I gotta say, he did a pretty damn good job for summing up.
I was going to say,
His
because
For riffing, you did a really good job.
really good.
and that's how I graduated high school.
Damn it.
Oh my
really
god.
impressive.
Kelly, I actually put that together from like the 7 minutes of like you just randomly like talking about little snippets, like, oh, and this is good, and this is good. I'm like,
Mhm.
all right, I got what I need.
You're good. You're good about extracting meaning from things.
Okay, so can I just I have a few things I want to say
Please
about this little thing.
do.
So I was listening to the book today. I had it playing with the kids doing their schoolwork. I was like, maybe this will sink in while they're working. As I was making all the memes for the week for their social media, which if you're not following us, it's at live UCR on Instagram and Twitter. Go follow us, and you can see all the stupid memes that I make every day about food because nobody likes to answer serious questions. Just saying.
Oh, wait a minute. Before you get into that, I do have one more question. The 3 food question that you posted the other day, if you could only have 3 foods a week, are
Mhm.
those ingredients or a meal?
Whatever, however you want to answer the question. I
Okay,
don't
I'm
care.
sorry. This is what happens. You
Listen, it's horrific to me that I tried putting serious questions on every day. Nobody responded. I started doing stupid memes with stupid questions and people started answering them.
We're so predictable.
It really just is horrific to me. So I'm listening, and some of the stuff like that he was talking about in the book, I'm like, this is kind of tough because it's not some of it. I think there's a lot of practical, useful information in this, but there were some things that I'm like, this is not really practical for a single parent that has unpredictable children, right? There's a lot of this that, and I'm sure, like Kristen, for you, I'm imagining this is not going to be an easy thing for you, right?
Exactly.
Because we don't have a predictable life. We don't have like, I don't get up in the morning and know what the hell's going to happen.
Exactly.
You know, like, yeah, maybe I get up in the morning, I go to the bathroom and I brush my teeth, but then there's nothing said after that. Like, I
Mhm.
can't say that I'm going to do this next. You know what I mean? Like, I get my work in where I can fit it in throughout the day, and there's no, the only time I could really put a habit together essentially would be after the kids go to bed where I'm already working.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's difficulty to it, but I see like the good in it and the things that I could do. But to schedule things is a little bit difficult.
So-
See, like I could do one for you right now, Jeffrey. Like as you're talking about things and you're telling me about your day, you could also be knitting or crocheting me a sweater. See, you're already doing one thing, and then you just add something on top of it, and then you're
you know
done.
what? I could
That's
also
called-
be
that's
doing
called
something
stack-
with my hand too.
That's called Brian. What's that called?
Stacking.
Habit stacking.
And that's
Yeah.
chapter 7. Thank you, Dana, for mentioning chapter 7.
Exactly, right?
Look what I just did.
Make a finger.
I didn't read the book.
You better catch up for next week. Bitch. Where's the bell?
I'm looking. Oh, it's over there.
Ding ding.
Oh, it went up my nose. Oh.
Oh,
It was like, it took me back to like 2004 in the bathroom at the gay nightclub. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
Sorry.
woo.
Ta-da.
That's a whole other habit. So
It was a fun one back then.
Oh god, yeah.
Don't want to blow an artery now, though. I'm too old and fat. Kill me right now. Sorry.
Mhm.
We don't do those habits no more. That's a bad
All
habit.
right, Kristen, do you have anything that you regularly do that's just like a time waster?
that's a time waster. I
Yeah, like something that you just like, you're like, I got to do this thing right now. And like, you just do it. And you're like, into 20 minutes later, you're like, all right, I got to actually do something.
don't we all? I mean, I think that's like being on our phone, being on social media, we all have that.
Yeah.
Those little things in life. I mean, going with like the chapters of the book, like focusing on like 4 through 7, I have tried to like build those habits in. Like the last month, I've kind of been in this 5 weeks. I've been in this health journey to kind of not fix, but control my anxiety and my depression because it's getting very bad.
Yeah.
And last year I was if Craig wasn't here, I might not still be here very bad. And it's kind of when Kelly reached out to me. I got another tattoo because getting a tattoo is kind of a way for me to get a release. So about 5 weeks, I started on this health journey to kind of get a little bit of control because it's something that I can control.
Right.
So for me, it's been my diet and what I eat. Diet is not the word, like I'm not on a diet, but focusing on what I'm eating.
Yeah.
And then walking the dogs every day. And it's kind of funny now that the dogs know exactly what steps I'm taking to get ready to go on our walk.
Oh yeah.
Like sitting down and putting on my sneakers, grabbing my headband that has headphones in it. Like when they see
The cues, right?
They know. I don't have to say a word, but it's like as soon as I start to take those steps, they know exactly what's going to happen. And then we go and I put a podcast in for an hour and we go for a 2.5 mile walk. And then that's one of those things that I've incorporated it into my day that I have to do.
That's lovely.
Yeah. That's started to be a habit for me that I had to create for myself.
So one of the things that I did find helpful, at least in understanding the difference between goals and habits, because goals are just ideas we kind of put out there to the universe and say, well, I would like to, get in shape, or I would like to fill in the blank, but we don't take the steps to get there. We just put it out there. And one of the things that really clicked for me is, and he cites a bunch of studies that support this, that you're more likely to succeed in creating a new habit if you have an implementation intention. And it's a statement that goes like this: I will do X at this time and in this location. So it ties into what you were saying about habit stacking, and how for you, Jeffrey, it might not be practical to say, okay, after I brush my teeth in the morning, I'm going to do.
Right. But I did like what you just said. I did like how he brought up, I think it was a cookie or whatever, and like going to have the cookie, like saying out loud,
Yes.
I know if I have this cookie or whatever,
Point and call it out.
Yeah, it's going to be an unhealthy choice, and like saying it out loud. And I'm like, oh, and I did like too. He brought up that getting the bad habit out of view, right? And for years, I didn't have any junk food in the house. I just didn't keep it in the house. And I mean, I have the bowl of fruit on the counter. I don't eat the fruit. I don't eat the fruit, right? The junk food's not in view either. But I don't really go for the junk food that much. I just like to binge eat. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, oh, let me just plow it all in at once. I don't eat all day long, and then dinner time comes, and I'm like, let me just see how much I can pack in at one time.
And that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where he talks about the difference between willpower and environment, and that, for a lot of people, the environment or a specific situation is the cue, is the trigger. Then you engage in the activity, and that's the loop that gets started. So, I do appreciate how he breaks down the psychology of it, and the, like, you are more likely to engage in the bad behavior if the cues are right there, if they're in your environment. I loved the example. It's a sad one, but the example he gave of the study they did in the 70s about the number of Vietnam veterans who were addicted to heroin while they were in Vietnam because it was cheap and easy to come by, and how almost all of them gave it up as soon as they came back stateside. It was, they almost 35% of Vietnam veterans had used heroin, and up to 25%, I think, were fully addicted. But when they came back home, I think it was like, less than 5% that ever touched it again. Or, the numbers were approximate. But, and it's the exact opposite of somebody who here, say they leave their home, they enter a rehab facility, they have like an 80 or 90% failure rate when they come back home, because all the cues and all the triggers and the environment are the same as when they were engaging in that behavior. So having him point that out and say, it's not just about willpower. You're having those intentions, changing your environment, taking those steps are really key to creating different habits and changing what you're doing. So I've been trying to give that some thought, because my biggest issue is I will do absolutely everything for everybody else, work included, friends, everybody, before I even consider doing something for myself.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I've had to almost think about, before I do something for somebody else, whether it's work or family or whatever, I'm going to do, and I haven't decided what it is, but that I'm starting with that thought process of, how do I change the way I look at my priorities? Because right now I put myself dead last every time. So creating a new healthy habit for me, not the easiest thing to do, because mentally I'm not wired that way. I'm wired to do everything for everybody else first. I
Well, and
come
then
last.
the hard part,
Yeah.
like especially in that situation, like is you almost don't like you feel like it's healthy for you to be doing these items. Like it's like, well, it's
Right.
healthy for me to take care of this at home because it keeps the house cleaner. It's healthy for me to do this at work because I need to get this project done. And like you can justify all this behavior, but it makes it
Mhm.
really difficult. Like you know that those are all priorities, but it makes it easy to minimize your own personal priorities too, because you're like, well, obviously I'm not going to die today if I don't eat a banana and have some vegetables. Like, and you can be like, well, I can get through another day of not doing that. I can get through another day of not doing that. And you're just sitting there working and working and working and driving yourself crazy. Like,
And the
it's
next
it's
thing-
hard to see the cycle when you're in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And you can use the whole spoon or, water analogy, as if, you're pouring out of your own glass to help all of these other people and never refilling your own glass.
Mhm.
Eventually, you're dry. Your well is dry. And I know for me, for years, my well has been dry.
Oh yeah.
It finally hit this breaking point
Mhm.
that I was in a very toxic work environment that was very ugly, with everything the state of the world was going in the last 2 years, which I know is no different than everybody else. It was just the SHIT hit the fan at the in the fall of last year, and it took me until February to start this focus on myself.
Right.
And it was just kind of like, I have to do something because I'm driving myself crazy. Literally.
Mm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kids.
I think it's a big problem, especially with I think all of my friend group, right? That's probably, I
Children.
think, most of our issues.
Children are a huge problem.
Well,
I
I've
think even
always been
before
crazy.
kids, though, I think
I've always been
most of my friends like had some kind of an issue, right? Where you put everybody around you first.
Well, we're all caregivers in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
In
much
one
so,
way,
and I
shape,
think
or another. Yes. I think all of my friends like had that thing in their own way. We all took care of the people around us
Mhm.
in whatever
I think
way we could.
I think a lot of us had kind of crap happen to us where it really made us like, wow, yeah, I felt like garbage, and I don't want to see somebody else feel like garbage
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
I'm not a bad person. So I just always help, you know?
I do think
Right.
that's a really good
Yep,
point, Dana. I
that
think
is.
each of us have had trauma in our lives that put us in a position to want to insulate others from experiencing pain. So we go above and beyond
Hmm.
to make things nice for everybody else, like
Yeah.
Mhm.
to almost unrealistic lengths to do that, And I think you're right. There's a reason why, and also for how long was martyrdom held up as the way to be? Just be the martyr. Just keep falling on the sword. Just keep
I,
doing the thing. And
I can say I
Mhm.
don't do it anymore.
no,
I feel broken because I don't give a rat's ass what anybody thinks anymore, and I don't care.
Wow.
Coming down here was the selfish thing. I don't care. Like I care about my core people, and that's it.
Mhm.
yeah,
Like
well,
I'm not helping anybody else. You know, when people call about their shit, I'm like, oh, sorry for you.
Yeah.
I can't help. Sorry, I'm not sending money anymore. I'm not the bank. I'm not. No, you can't come stay with me. No, you can't go use my house. No, you can't. I'm not the. No.
Well,
Was
I
it?
mean,
Yeah.
plus, I mean, how many times have you been burned by that too? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not even the burning part that like changed me. You know what I mean? Like I don't care. Like that's just the way it is. That's life, right? And I don't think that that's a reason to stop being kind. It's
Excuse
just
me.
Well, it's like Kristen said, you got to keep your glass full. You
it.
can't not fill up your own glass and
I
just
think
constantly pour for others.
for me, it's about the people. You have to. I think it's me being more aware of who is asking, who is coming for advice or help. You know, when it's somebody coming for the 30th time for the same thing, it's like, girl, he has cheated on you once a year for the last 90 years. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Or this what, uh you're broke every week. What do you want me to do? I can't do nothing. You know what I mean? You've been kicked out of every roommate situation you've had. There's nothing I can do for you. I can't help you.
I tell people all the time, this is it. It took me 44 years to learn boundaries,
Yeah.
and
You
to
can't
set
get.
them hard and
Yeah.
say that's no, I'm not. No, there.
Yeah, I had to stop taking on other people's problems like they were mine.
Yeah.
Because that's what
So-
it felt like. Like I had to fix it because it was my
Yep.
problem.
Yep.
Dana, go.
yeah, boundaries. Oh, that's something. Like, if it's like I'm in a pot of soup, and it's like I'm just starting to figure out what a boundary is, and I've got like one little noodle of spaghetti. Like, there's a boundary. I got a lot of work to do. like, it's just nonstop. Like I've spent so many years just, yeah, I don't know. I share everything. Everybody shares everything with me, and I'm like, oh, I can help. I can help. I can help.
Well, and I
Like,
think it's hard too when you have a friend group that everybody's kind of fucked up in their own right. And and I think too, it was something we talked with Jenny Petlin about in our interview, right? Where she constantly feels the need to overshare to be seen and to be understood. And
And
I,
relatable.
yeah, and I understood that so much because,
Mhm.
like, for me, I'm
Me
like,
too.
I'm constantly explaining myself. I'm constantly oversharing things. And I'm like, even with the girls this weekend, right? I've known Karen for a decade. And I'm like, why did I say that? I'm like, why? I'm like, Catherine was there. And I mean, Catherine and I don't know each other as well. And I'm like, there was like an overshare. I didn't really need to say that. Like, what's wrong? You know what I mean? Like, I think in social settings, I'm like, am I like not right in the head? Like, what's going on here? Like, why am I sharing so much? Like, this is not normal, or I'm listening to the conversation. I'm like, I don't know what to say. It's just weird. But I think it's because of all this shit we've been through. And in our groups, we do talk about everything.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
don't
Well-
have boundaries.
Yeah, but I think that's in our friend groups anyway. I feel like we're on equal footing though with how we support each other. I don't feel
Yeah.
like there's not an imbalance there. That's not for me where it comes from.
Oh,
No,
no.
not at all. Like, and I get strength and support from you guys. That's why we do this and why we talk, and that's not draining. But there are a lot of relationships that very
Yeah.
much are. And to your point of, when you watch somebody just continually make the bad decisions, that's constantly in crisis for this or that. And
I think that's me.
no, it's
No.
not.
No,
Okay.
we tell you, and I tell you right now on air.
No, we
no,
tell you.
that's not
I-
you. It's
Yeah.
not.
I would tell you right here, right now. I would,
No.
because
And
I'm that asshole.
and those people who ask for advice, but they don't really actually want it because
Oh,
they're
the
not going to.
assholes.
Yes, the
The
assholes.
assholes. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah, like okay.
Yeah. I mean, I know, like, I had to hit my firm boundaries with, like, my family.
Mm,
For
yeah.
me, a big one was politics, and
It is.
I want to bring it politics into it, but
No, yeah, I know.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
You have to.
a firm stop.
Hmm.
It was a firm stop. I'm not going to argue with you about it. I'm not going to discuss it with you. We will never see eye to eye. You
Yeah.
will only look at your sources. You will never try and learn anything new.
And it's never a dialogue, right?
It's never a dialogue,
Right.
and it's always a they know better than I do,
Mhm.
or
And it's a one-way
it's a
conversation.
one-way
and-
conversation. Like I just had to explain the "Don't Say Gay" bill, and to my mother.
Okay, wait. I love that you just brought that up because I printed it out today because
Yeah.
I shared something on our page and somebody was like, oh, that's just because they're just not trying to teach kindergartners through third grade
No.
about sexual orientation. And I'm like, listen, if you read the first paragraph, that's not what this bill is. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Isn't it about a guy kiss on Buzz Lightyear movie?
Oh.
There's a guy kiss.
Yeah, Buzz Lightyear's new movie from Pixar. Apparently there's a boy kiss.
Oh,
So I explained it. I explained to my mother what it was, and she goes, "Well, that's dumb." And I'm like, "Okay, but that's what you need to understand that in how you are voting and who you are supporting."
Right. And they're going at it about it in backhanded ways.
Exactly.
And in ways that is trickery where they're not being clear about the way that they're doing this. The bill
Yes.
is not defining what the things mean, and it's being underhandedly done. And then the people that are watching it's ripping families apart.
Yeah. Or when you're dead naming Leah Thomas. Don't dead name her. She won the NCAA championship. She did. Do not dead name her. It's ridiculous.
Who's that?
who's that?
She is the female that just won the NCAA swimming championship.
I don't know anything about sports.
Me neither.
She's transitioning.
Yeah, she's transitioning. She was born male.
Oh, that story. Oh, yeah. That's a big.
Is
Look,
she
that-
more of a
that-
recent? Is she recently transitioning?
She transitioned, I believe, during college,
Oh,
Or-
okay.
beginning of college.
That's a really look. I think that could be a whole show in itself because
Yeah,
it's
good.
such a complex.
But
I don't know.
We're
I
having
don't know
all
what
of
the
these-
answer is.
We're having all of these awful bills all over the country, and these states come to fruition between Texas, Florida, Iowa, Nebraska,
Yeah.
by men
Yeah, it's not.
or doctor that or
Yeah,
people that
all
aren't
white
even
men
all white men
trying to control
that-
everybody else. Yeah.
that are not even
Don't you forget Katanji Brown.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they probably got a lot of guidance from the Bible.
yeah.
We're gonna
We
do
were
a
not going to do
whole-
that this week.
We're gonna do a whole episode. Wait, I want to get into the one comment though that we got. It said, I just set a boundary. My dad talks to me any way he wants, and I'm always respectful, and so I'm not going to tolerate it anymore, and haven't talked to him in 3 months. Good
Yeah,
for
yeah.
you. And I
But
think we
does-
need to normalize.
I hope
Yes.
he knows why you're not talking to him too,
Yeah.
though. Like where you said it, like, "Hey,
I think it's so important that we normalize. We can cut our parents off and not speak to them.
Yep.
We don't need to give an explanation to people. I don't care if there are parents that gave birth to us. It does not matter. Toxic is toxic. And so props to you. And if you never talk to them again, that's okay too. Whatever you need to do to be okay. I'm behind you, sister. I don't talk to my family. And it was the best choice I've ever made because
You have to protect
those
yourself.
bitches are crazy.
Well,
And I
and
don't miss them.
family doesn't get a special pass to be disrespectful and
No.
mistreat you. They just don't.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, and who needs
And-
family? Like when
They should treat
know,
you better.
Like when they're like enemies.
They're
You know
your
what I'm
family.
saying? Like holy shit! Like
Yeah,
I'd
no.
rather be locked in a room with Putin.
All right.
No, I I agree. I mean, I'm fortunate I have a good
You'd
relationship.
tweak his nipples, wouldn't you, Jeffrey?
Putin?
Oh yeah. You would.
Maybe.
We've all seen the shirtless horseback riding picture.
He's not really my
Pretty
type.
manly. I don't know.
Well,
No,
let's
I'm just
keep
kidding.
My favorite Putin meme is the can for the dog poop that says poo tin.
Oh yes, I saw that
That's
one.
my favorite.
I like the one where he's on the horse shirtless, and then they Photoshop Trump behind him to hold on to his waist. I like that one.
That one too.
That's a good one.
Oh my god! I just realized we're done. We're over time and everything.
I know.
Holy,
Oh.
but Jesus!
Hey, we talked about the topic today, though.
A
We
little.
did.
Teeny tiny bit.
It was more
Yeah.
structure.
I love the horse. She said.
Well, it's better than the night terror one. The night terror one, we just said the topic, and we're like, goodbye.
We should
This
just-
is
We should
Right?
just not talk about what our topics are going to be because that's not in our.
I
mean, we-
try to
could
not
try and-
schedule the show until the last minute because I'm so terrified of putting a show description that's not accurate.
Mm,
Are we still live?
yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
are, but that's part of the thing. You don't ever know.
Why? What happened? What'd you just do? Did you like smoke a bowl or something and I missed it?
Oh no, I just thought we
No.
went into like the production meeting or something.
Oh.
We're being very professional, ladies and
Dave,
gentlemen.
Dave, no, this is awesome.
I'm just
Dave.
kidding.
I don't talk to my family, no animosity. I just want bright stars, no black holes. You know what? I feel the
Yep,
same way,
that's
and I
true.
even put that on my grinder profile. I don't want to see a black hole either. You
Your
know what I'm
family better
saying?
not be on Grindr.
You said starfish, but actually no.
Star.
This was the thing that we talked about. The topic? What topic? We didn't have a topic.
Surprise.
Oh,
Well, I think
God.
we had a few topics, and then I really didn't know what we were talking about for sure. So
I
I just
provided
put
the
habits.
topical ointment.
I just figured it was, I could put Atomic Habits, chapter 3 through 7, and then we were going to talk about our habits, right? I figured that was safe because I wasn't sure.
We talked about the Wookiee, so that's all.
Yeah. Listen, my grounded profile.
Oh,
I'm
Dana, I
fresh.
love you.
Dana.
I love you, Dana.
Next time I want to come to Ecuador and do orgies with you too.
It didn't happen
It didn't
that
happen
way.
that way, Jeffrey.
You would not have had
Oh,
fun.
you forgot Ecuador.
Just
right?
drop,
You know what? Do I come to your house and ruin your fantasies? No.
just drop Jeffrey off at the orgy tent, and you can go on to do what you're really there to do.
Listen, it's been 3 years. I'm frustrated, okay? I don't get out of the house. I got a boring life, okay?
In an orgy tent,
I
you
think
might
I
never
had
come
I
out.
had like, you know what I mean? I had adult time yesterday, so I think I'm starting to get a little frisky.
Oh wow.
Yeah, good luck, kids. In New York, I'm about to go buck wild. I got the nanny coming. It's about to be on a popping, kids. So where we going? Where we going? We're gonna do the show live on the move or something.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, we're
Are you guys
in
all
trouble.
traveling to Delaware and come see me?
Oh, that'd be fun.
you're heading to New York
Oh,
first.
oh.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
I don't want no
I-
black holes.
I was waiting for you to see that, Jeffrey.
Oh, honey, I don't mean like that. I love a good black hole. I just.
It's Monday, not Thursday, Jeffrey.
Oh yeah, sorry. Catch me on Thursday. We can talk about it on Thursday, or Wednesday or Tuesday. I don't know. Whichever.
know.
but no
You're
You
Wednesday
can catch
show
him
this
any
week.
night of the week. Kelly.
Yeah,
Any of
basically.
On Uncensored Radio.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
go over
I'm here
to,
out.
go over to Uncensored Radio and follow so you can see what shows are dropping and when. We'll be back next Monday, and I'm hoping to look a little less tired. That's my goal for next week.
I'll send
Maybe I
you
won't
some
be so blue. Maybe I'll get a ring light so I won't be so blue.
Yes.
You can get a ring light. It's not helping with the bags under my eyes, but I'm tired. It's the COVID tired.
Yes, Dave. Yeah, Dave. There's a bunch of us gay boys on Thursdays. I'm just saying, and they're in Australia. They're closer.
They're closer.
Well, they're
And they
closer to
talk
Dave.
fun. Well, yeah, he's in New Zealand.
Yeah,
They're closer.
They're
Yeah,
next
so
door.
closer to him. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just jump the puddle. All right, kids, that's it. We made it. We survived another week 7. Here we go.
Peace
All
out.
right,
Bye, buddy.
I gotta press the damn button.
All right, now you remember, it takes like 10 seconds.
We need
Yeah, but
hired
you gotta
help.
hit it twice.
And then, okay,
And-
bye.